Fuck is that? A drone. How for drone that? Whose drone is that? So what am I do with drone over here, so? What the hell is really going on? No, police them have drone. I watch everything I people them finna people them yard. SWAT team. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Damn, more police than mourners at a man funeral to blow out. People them want to mark everybody's face. They want to know who come. I want to know everything I man funeral. This is ridiculous.
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what one. A blessed and wonderful Tuesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video. Share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. We're going to kick it off over there in Western Jamaica. We're going to start with another update into the same knockings and clappings with the police and the criminal elements them in the Grill, Westmoreland, over the weekend, where the criminal elements tried to rob a beryllium armored vehicle carrying millions of dollars in cash. Now the police have confirmed that this man, seen in a photograph with former member of parliament for Central Westmoreland, the People's National Party, Dwayne Vaz, is a suspect in last Friday's deadly confrontation between the police and gunmen in Negril, Westmoreland. The criminal element in the picture is suspected to be the lookout driver for the 5 criminal elements taken out in a hail of bullets by the police moments before they were reportedly set to rob a beryllium armored vehicle transporting several millions of dollars in cash. So in the photograph presently on your screen, this photograph has been making rounds on social media since Saturday. Now the man can be seen posing alongside Mr. Vaz at what appears to be an event for school children. Now there is not much information as to the date the photograph was taken, but this photograph, as I stated, is very, very suggestive. But anyway, make we continue. Now over the weekend, 2 criminal elements escape police custody in Lucy, Hanover. So on Saturday, July 27th, this criminal element here, presently on your screen, identified as 21-year-old Jermaine Barton, said to be of a K Valley district address in Hanover. He was charged with the offense of possession of a prohibited weapon. He escaped police custody, along with another criminal element identified as Dimitri Marks, said to be of a Blenheim district in Hanover. He was also charged with the offense of malicious destruction of property. Now, reports from the Lucy police suggest that sometime around 1:20 a.m., the men were discovered missing during a routine check search at the holding cell. It is said that the escapees were said to have made their way out of the cell through an opening on a grill door. The lawmen attached to Hanover Police Division launched an investigation immediately. Now, shortly after the escape of both criminal elements, the military Marks of Blemham district in Hanover was caught in a police dragnet as he was seen in a taxi heading out of Hanover. Now, he was immediately placed back into the custody of the police, and I would hope safe custody this time. Now, as it relates to the other criminal element presently on your screen, boy, may I tell you, things took a rather interesting turn for him. Noting, my peeps, he escaped from the police 1 a.m. in the morning. And guess what? By 8:30 p.m. the said day, citizens reportedly heard loud explosions sounding like gunshots being fired in an area. Now the area where the condom did a beat is a place known as Sign in Irwin, St. James. So the following morning now, after the residents hear the whole heap of condom a beat, probably about 7 a.m. on the 29th of July 2024, workers employed to the China Harbor saw the body of the criminal element floating in the river and summoned the police. His body was identified positively as Jermaine Barton by his mother. So you can definitely know say he's a old dirty kind of boy that real waste man in him place. Now him escape in the wee hours of Sunday and lose him 3 points just a few hours after in him community. So criminal element escaped the long arm of the law to go seek refuge in his community, and him own cronies gun him down. So I hope this serves as a lesson to other criminal elements who are behind bars. Sometimes, way much better off in a jail than out there in the streets. Because as you not touch the road, the man them have them clips load and clam. Food, I go get nyam. Yeah, man. So anyway, make we continue. Now over there in the St. Anne Police Division, knockings and clappings which caused some serious injury took place over there. Now the injured is said to be a 15-year-old youth identified as Alex Mills, a student of a section of Steertown known as Hollywood in St. Anne. Now it is stated that he was in the company of adults at a sports bar in the community when criminal elements aboard a grey motor car drove up and opened gunfire, hitting him in the neck and buttocks. He was rushed to the hospital where he is presently admitted in serious condition. And now over there in Hayes, Clarendon, another knockings and clappings go on, this time causing serious injury to a brother identified as Chevy Morrison, said to be 22 years old and also a mechanic. Now it is said that he was conned up by unknown assailants in his community, the community of New Bowens in Clarendon. Now over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Catherine North Police Division, a really sad incident took place on Sunday. Now a homicide investigation has been launched by the Spanish Town Police into the loss of life of a child in Ebonyville in St. Catherine on Sunday. The child in question that lost his life has since been identified as 3-year-old, you heard me right, 3-year-old Rajan Anthony Hines. It is reported by the police that sometime around 1:30 p.m., the father of the deceased child returned home from church and reportedly placed his licensed firearm, which is a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol, under a couch inside the house. It is said that the businessman reportedly went outside to dispose of garbage in a truck which had just arrived when he heard a loud explosion. It is said that the businessman rushed back inside the home where the child was observed in the mother's hands bleeding from a wound to the head. The child was, however, rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital in a bid to save his life, but sadly, he was pronounced you know what. The firearm was seized by the Spanish Town police, and the father was questioned. The investigation continues. Gross carelessness on the side of the father. Really a careless move. And you will have to live with this for the rest of your life. Your child lost his life because of your carelessness. Now, what's the purpose of having the licensed firearm? If you are going to hide it under the couch, if you are going outside. Outside, where the general public are going to see you. If you got empty garbage outside, outer road, you hide it under the couch. I say this over and over again, And a certain police officer from Spanish Town, I did a vlog on it too, made a certain remark, and the licensed firearm holders was seriously offended by the remark that the officer made. But he was definitely right with a lot of what he said, that a lot of these licensed firearm holders are not deserving of having the licensed firearm, because all them do are hide it. What's the purpose of having it if you go hide it under the couch when you go out the door? It would make sense you arm yourself when you're going out and expose to John public, because out there so anything can happen. But this man here hide the firearm under a couch and go out the door. How it makes sense, I really don't know. But on the spot, news media will most definitely be keeping close tabs on this one to see what the police investigation will reveal, to see if the firearm was indeed hidden under a couch or it was carelessly discharged and hit the child. We will just have to wait and see as the police investigations continues. Now on your screen is the one-time reputed gang leader for the top banks Klansman faction in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, who was taken out in a hail of bullets by members of the security forces in a fiery fight in his community. Now he was buried, and we have all seen many videos circulating all over social media of the funeral procession. Now we can clearly see how much idle people we have in Jamaica and how much our parenting need to be leveled up, because these idle people on the road right here saying, my peeps, are somebody's children. Even though the parents just may grow them good and them just choose to pick a certain path, a bunch of idlers going to Termite's funeral. Now I'm going to play a few clips for you, so you can see for yourself what go on and how the people them behave. But I've seen where the police have gotten a lot of backlash in terms of the unruly behavior of the people on the road. Well, in my view of things still, the police was more focused and making sure say no gun salute no go on and no bag of gunman is not in attendance. As you heard the person on the clip that I played just before the On The Spot News Media intro, the person said more police than mourners at the funeral, as it should be. So the police, them said that them just deal with the thing quick and fast, so many people not even get for really see what really go on, because it was an in and out type of thing. 40 minutes at the church, basically 5 to 10 minutes at the burial site, and everybody had to be dispersed right away before anything go on. So this was one of the first dance funeral where absolutely no gun salute no go on unless it go on somewhere else. And them just say, yo, we are do this for the general, or for them general, as they would have called him. But it never take place at the funeral at all. Yeah, man. So another decent spot of work again by the squad of them. But anyway, watch and see where I go on, and then of course we're gonna move on into the next and final story. Stay tuned. I definitely don't want to miss that one. Listen.
Oh my God.
See Earth there?
See Earth, damn, that's so pretty. Oh my God. I got it.
Fucking hell.
Wow, all of this, yo.
Jaja. You see the sorrow we never pass.
So you can't go cut round and follow them, Cavell.
Kiss the police down there. One for the one a stop line.
Cut out and go cross this, so.
You can't do that.
Just like how the bike can go over this, so Cavell. Cavell, one.
Then I know you can't.
Christ, I light off a change.
But watch how the light wallet come like and them make the light wallet and I say.
Police them do it, stop it, if you make them go.
Yeah.
But we still reach out yourself before them anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
They want the earth pass.
You never know more reach before them. God know.
Keisha said,
I swear me the one go up before them.
Now the last thing that we're going to talk about is the double fatal knockings and clappings when we speak about in yesterday morning's vlog in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled Kingston Western Police Division, which has prompted the police to basically carry out a 48-hour curfew in the Craigtown area of the Kingston Western Police Division. Now the measure took effect at 6 p.m. on Sunday and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. today, July 30. Now, the borders of the curfew include Beresford and Benbow Street, Slipen Road, Garden Road, Puyat Street, Bryan Street and Penn Street. Divisional Commander for the Kingston Western Police Division, that's Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps, says the security measures are in response to the double fatal knockings and clappings in the community on Sunday. He says it is the latest in the series of incidents caused by rivalry between two gangs in Craigtown. So now we are going to hear from the senior superintendent in charge of the Kingston Western Police Division. Listen.
This curfew was imposed on the heels of some incidents of crime that we have seen in the area. It involves two warring factions, the 110 gang and the Garter gang, both of whom are based in the Craigtown area. Our most recent incident would be that of a double murder yesterday at the intersection of Clarence Road and Union Street, where a 64-year-old gentleman and another man identified by an alias Cow were shot and killed by gunmen from the area.
Now, yesterday, the Kingston Western Police have listed 13 criminal elements as wanted. Yeah, man. Now, on your screen is that list. And on the Spot News Media will be naming the criminal elements and provide pictures of whom he has pictures for. Now, on your screen is a noted and reputed criminal element identified as Roger Allen, but more popularly known in the criminal underworld as Fat F.U. You don't know the rest of it, how it go. Yeah, man, we don't know how him come by such a name, but how them call him Fat F. So he is most definitely wanted by the police. Now, this criminal element has been featured on the Spot News Media over the years, and he was also recently implicated in the fatal knockings and clappings of the councillor in Portmore, St. Catherine. Now, the next criminal element has been listed as Ted Berry, otherwise known as Buds or King in the streets. The next criminal element is presently on your screen identified as Ricardo Manning, but more popularly known in the criminal underworld as Roddy. Now, this criminal element here has been featured on the Spot News Media and several vlogs over the years as a reputed gang member. Now, the next criminal element presently on your screen has since been identified as Rashid Lyons, otherwise known as Guess, the main person involved in the rivalry between the 110 gang and also the Gaza gang. Now, this criminal element was recently deported from the United States of America, where he basically get the opportunity to go make good of himself and farm fool and them dip him. Now him come back in a Craigtown to start up the foolishness again. It's like the Craigtown knockis and clappis them who is aligned to Guess. Forget how Guess they treat them when time him and him father go through the border. Yeah, man. But anyway, make we continue. The next criminal element presently on your screen has since been identified as Roger Lewis, otherwise known as Piglet. So basically, this brother get a theme name. Boy, I won't say what I was going to say now. Make me leave that and move on. The next criminal element has since been identified as Cadian Thompson, but otherwise known as Ino. So tell me now, as a bad man, your name Cadian, right now your thing Lily. The next criminal element has since been identified as Sanjay Lewis, otherwise known as Lulu. The next criminal element presently on your screen has since been identified as Andy Anderson, a noted and reputed knockis and clappis. The next criminal element presently on your screen has since been identified as Garfield Bolt. The next criminal element identified only by his alias as Pen Pem. The next criminal element identified only by his alias as Chris. A next criminal element identified only by his alias as Bobo. I'm not for sure if it's the same Bobo we involved in the Ichipang knockings and clappings, hence the reason why I did not put a picture for the Bobo, because I don't know it's a common name that in the garrison. So him could be a next Bobo, with different from the Bobo in the Ichipang, knockings and clappings. Now final and most definitely last, not the least though, a criminal element identified by his alias as Spangy. Now the Kingston Western Police are asking these men to report to the Dedham Town Criminal Investigation Branch no later than today by 6 p.m. Failure in doing so, Officer Yeman Pick and team is on standby and is ready to be deployed to seek after you. And you don't know how that just may turn out. Now in the meantime, the police is seeking the public's assistance also in locating these wanted criminal elements. Anyone with any information surrounding their whereabouts is being asked to call the police at the police emergency number 119, Crime Stop at 311 or the Denham Town Police CIB at 876-948-6443. Our Senior Superintendent of Police, Michael Phipps, the man a given a theme personal cell phone number right now, 876-285-1964. So that are the Senior Soup personal cell phone number, or call the nearest police station. And as always, if you don't trust the police, link on the Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger, give us the information and we will most definitely pass it on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change. Yeah man, so anyway my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah man.